Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Teresa. This is Lost My Thread. Today I want to give you an update on what I've been up to on week 3 of Me Made May. So this week I have continued along with my pledge to work through all of the garments in my wardrobe that needed a little bit of love. If you have not seen the pledge video and the first 2 weeks of my videos about Me Made May, I'll put a link to the playlist up here and down in the description box. I feel like I don't have as much to report to you guys this week. I was working quite a lot, but also I've been kind of in the process of working on some things that are hopefully going to be coming together soon. But I do have a couple of things to show you. So the first thing I want to show you guys, I have to thank all of you. Honestly, I feel like I was a little bit lost about what to do with a problem with some me-made tops, not some me-made, some ready-to-wear tops last week. And I brought up the problem with a scratchy label at the back of my Gap body shirts, and I had some great suggestions. I had suggestions to put like a nice soft patch on there that could have some cute little stitching line around it, which would definitely be like a often ready to wear look. Garments have things like that. What I decided to do, because I just kind of wanted to keep it simple and I didn't really want to add seam lines that would be visible from the outside, I put on some iron-on interfacing. So this is fusible knit interfacing. This is the inside of the top. You cannot see it on the outside at all. It doesn't add any bulk or any structure. I feel like when I wear it, it's just going to be pretty much invisible, which is what I was really looking for. And I did that on a couple of my tops, the 2 that I had that I was not wearing. I feel like it almost kind of looks like some kind of intentional label like that at this point, but it is completely soft. It's really smooth. You really can't feel it. I would never notice it when I'm wearing it. And because it's knit interfacing, it's stretchy, so it's going to be absolutely fine. It's not going to pull off over time. So that is my quick and dirty fix, and thank you to everyone who made suggestions, especially to whoever suggested using knit interfacing. I don't know how I didn't think about that. It is absolutely perfect. Now the knit interfacing I use, like I said, is really soft and really stretchy. I get it from Amazon. I'll put some details down below about the one that I use, just because I feel like there's a whole range of interfacings and all kinds of like quality, and I feel like this one, to me, it works really well and I use it for all of my knit interfacing needs. And then I only have one finished refashion to show you. Like I said, I'm kind of in the process of working on some other refashions. I am conscious that I really have just over a week left of May, and my whole pledge was to get through all of the things that needed some love this month. I have a couple of me-made dresses that need a little bit of something doing to them, but they're relatively quick fixes, so those aren't a big problem. But I had 2 other dresses that I wanted to, one alter and one kind of, I guess, more like a total refashion. And one of them I've been working on and is nearly finished, so I just haven't shared it with you guys because it isn't completely finished. And then another one I'm kind of maybe halfway through the process. But I feel like I'm making good progress to hopefully get through those things by the end of the month. If I don't, look, I'm happy with what I've managed to achieve. But what I do want to show you guys is one more refashion. So this one is actually also from a dress that I refashioned last week. So there was a dress that I showed you guys that I had bought from White Stuff over 15 years ago, and it's a really beautiful cotton lawn fabric. I managed to take the outer section of the skirt and make a top out of it. I absolutely love the top. I was able to maintain that really cute border print. That was the Brea Tee by Halfmoon Atelier. But the skirt was fully lined with the same fabric, just without the border print. So it's the exact same cotton lawn fabric. Really lightweight, really soft, gorgeous blue color. And I felt like, you know what? I think I could probably squeeze something out of the lining as well. And I managed to make this top. Now, I feel like it'll be probably better to see on me. It's going to be a little bit harder to show you what it looks like. But this is essentially the bodice of the Holyoke dress by Cashmerette. And part of the reason I wanted to make this is because I wanted to test the fit, because I want to use this bodice for another refashion. And so it was a bit of a test, but also would be a garment that I could wear if it worked out. Now, I don't know how I managed to squeeze this out of what I had left from that skirt, because honestly, it was scraps. I had teeny tiny little bits left over, and I'm talking like almost confetti sized pieces. I was Tetrising these pieces in like nobody's business, and I ended up using the original outside fabric. There was a little bit left of the top of the skirt section that I used for the bias binding because I couldn't get it out of the skirt itself. That's not visible from the outside, obviously. But I also decided to do French seams on this because I felt like the seams, this is a relatively see-through fabric. It's a semi-sheer fabric, which it's not a problem for a top, and I don't think it looks revealing or anything like that when I'm wearing it. But I did feel like the seam lines might just look a bit ugly, not very nice if they were showing through. And so I thought if I did French seams, if anything does peek through, I think it will look nice. So I feel like I'm pretty pleased that that was successful just as far as a test, and that I was able to get a garment out of such little fabric. So essentially, because it is meant to be a dress pattern, that Holyoke dress, I put together the front and back skirt sections. So there's like a side front and a side back and a back. I just overlapped those and created one piece to go for the front and for the back to make, I wouldn't even quite call it a peplum. It's essentially as long as I could physically get it, which I think was 2.5 inches below the waistband. And it is a cropped top. So a lot of my refashions are more cropped than I would necessarily want them to be, but I'm working with what I've got. And it's wearable, and I think it's cute, and it definitely works to test the fit. The other thing I will say is this is meant to have an elastic channel at the back, and so that just brings the fit in a little bit closer. I did pin the elastic on there on the outside just to make sure that I was happy that that was going to be a good fit for when I do the dress version. But for the top, I didn't really want to have it that cinched in at the back. This I feel like is really comfortable and honestly really surprisingly well fitted both at the front and the back. So as far as making this top, I did have to choose between a couple of sizes. So my high bust measurement, which is where you're usually going to start with like a dress or a bodice, is in between two measurements. It's between the 8 and the 10 for cashmerette, and I felt like it was a little bit closer to the 8. But I noticed with the finished garment measurements, there's not a lot of ease in the full bust area. And I felt like there probably then wasn't going to be much ease in the high bust area. And I felt like I'd rather have more room up here and in my upper back than be feeling like it was restrictive. So I decided instead to go up to the size 10. So I ended up doing the size 10 CD cup based on my measurements. And honestly, guys, I am delighted with the fit. So in theory, I think I should have probably sized up to a size 12 at the hip if I was going to be going by my measurements, but this is not fitted even down to the hips, not a problem, and it's really full, this dress, when you make this dress beyond the hip anyway, so I don't think I would need to make any changes. It has beautiful princess seams, and I am just honestly so impressed with how well that fits the bust. Like I said, how well it fits in the back as well. I feel like it is hugging my curves perfectly. I like that there's a thicker strap to cover your bra straps, but it's also like a nice shape around the front of the neckline. This has a button down front, so I used some buttons that I got from the Fabric Godmother advent calendar in December. They're a really pretty mother of pearl button. I feel like they tie it together really nicely, and I really do love this top with this skirt. This is the Peppermint Pocket Skirt that I've made. It's a Amy Nicole Studio pattern. I made it in Ankara fabric that is just so stunning. I absolutely love this fabric. It came from Diligent Hands Fabric on eBay. Love their fabrics. Really, really love this one in particular. But yeah, I feel like they work really well together. Like I said, it is a fairly cropped top, so I need to be conscious about what I'm going to be pairing it with. No surprise to me, and probably not to a lot of you, it also does look really cute with my Peppermint Pocket Skirt, which I made recently, which just goes with everything. I'll mention that in my later part of this video when I talk about what I wore this week. But yeah, I feel like this was a success. And as far as like a muslin, a wearable muslin, making sure I'm happy with the fit, I really would not change much. But the only thing I will say is quite often I have to do a hollow chest adjustment because my shoulders are a bit slopey forward. I'm a little bit more hollow in this area. And so I just need to take in a little bit of the front section at the top of the bodice. And honestly, I think I'll probably do just maybe an inch. I might do maybe an inch each side just because it does tend to slip off my shoulders a little bit. So goes off of my bra straps a little bit, where it's meant to be sitting a little bit further in. And I can sit it there, but over time when I move around, it just adjusts into that position. So that's the one thing I will take forward for when I'm doing the bodice of my other refashion, which was the whole point of this really was to do a test fit for the bodice. But Like I said, successful refashion, and somehow I managed to squeeze out 2 tops from 1 dress, which I definitely call a win. And now I want to quickly run through what I've been wearing over the last week, all me-made garments. So on the 15th of April, I was wearing my new Gilbert top by Helen's Closet. I made this one last month and I talked about it on my April Makes video. I was feeling a bit unsure about it when I made it and when I wore it, but there's something funny about this top where I feel like when I see photos of it, I like it better than when I look in the mirror and when I look down at it. I think it's something to do with the bold, ditzy floral print. When I look at it, it just feels really overwhelming when it's right by my face. But when I see photos, I like it better. So I feel like I'm definitely starting to warm to this, and obviously I just need to experiment a bit more as well with what I'm pairing it with. I do feel like it paired really well with my Peppermint Pocket Skirt, so I was talking about this earlier. This is the Peppermint Pocket Skirt designed by Paper Theory for Peppermint Magazine. It's a free pattern, and I really, really love this skirt. I like the high-waisted elastic waist. I like the big dramatic pockets. The fabric is a viscose linen noil fabric from So Me Sunshine. It's beautiful, wonderful, luxurious fabric to feel, but also the color I think is just really versatile in my wardrobe right now, and I think it does pair really well together with this top. My mother-in-law said to me that she was really enjoying seeing that skirt paired with my floral tops. She said that it reminded her of a summer's day in the garden, which made me very happy because I love being in a beautiful garden in the summer. I mean, who doesn't? And that was just such a nice way to look at it. I mean, like I said, I am just really loving the skirt. I'm loving the color, but also just the style. I clearly need to make more of these skirts, so that's like coming later when I'm doing reflections of Me Made May. But this skirt has definitely been a big hit in my wardrobe. So this I was wearing for a work day and it was super comfortable and I felt professional and it was nice and springy. On the 16th of May, I was wearing one of my favorite dresses. This is one of my most worn items last summer. I made it last spring. It is the Isla Wrap Dress by Jennifer Lauren Handmade. This dress is made in a really gorgeous cotton double gauze fabric. It's a See You at 6 cotton double gauze fabric with this gorgeous hydrangea print on it. I love the scale of the print. I love the colors on it. The dress, it feels soft, but it looks soft and delicate as well. And it is so, so comfortable to wear. It's got really big roomy pockets. It wraps at the back. That is the kind of quirk of this pattern. And I feel like it works really well for me for being really comfortable, really easy to put on and take off. I love the wrap style, and you can adjust where the waist is tying, like how loose or how tight the waist is. But being the wrap in the back, it means that it's not going to blow open when you're walking around and there's a breeze. I like the length of this one as well, so it's a little bit below knee length, which just makes it a lot more versatile for me as well, especially on a breezy day, especially when I'm going to be working. So this one is a big winner for me, and I paired this one with my Marlo Sweater from True Bias, made in a really lovely soft knit fabric that I got from So Me Sunshine in a petrol blue. Oh, the See You at 6 cotton double gauze was from So Me Sunshine as well, so this is head to toe So Me Sunshine look. The cardigan, I will say, it's just one of those things that I love just throwing over anything and everything, particularly when I have like a chilly morning when I'm going into work and I know it's going to get warmer as the day goes on because I can just throw into my bag. But this is a really lovely soft cardigan that I wear so much of the time. It has these really beautiful pigeon wishes buttons going down the front, which are a really nice little extra pop of detail on there. And this was just a fun, super comfortable, and I think really pretty outfit to pair together. The 17th of March was a day off where I was lounging at home with my husband and also took a trip to IKEA. We've all been there, and it is definitely one of those things where I need to be comfortable and I need to be able to move around easily. And this was, I think, a great outfit for it. I was wearing my Heyday Dungarees. These are made in a cotton linen fabric that I got from So Me Sunshine. The top is the Brea Tee by Halfmoon Atelier. This is one of my favorite like go-to basic woven t-shirt patterns. I made this one in a cotton double gauze fabric. It's a really lovely blush pink with little gold spots over the top of it. Over time, the gold has definitely started to come off and fade a little bit, which I don't mind. I kind of like that little kind of washed, crumpled look that you get to a cotton double gauze, and I feel like the slightly faded gold only enhances that. I thought this was a cute outfit to pair together. It felt very casual and comfortable and cool. The bag I've mentioned before, it's my Hillside Tote by Noodlehead Patterns. I love this bag. It is so cute and it goes very well with so much of my wardrobe because I really do love the colors that are on it. This is the Plant Peeps fabric. Ooh, now I can't remember who designed it. I'll put it up on the screen who designed this fabric. And I got this fabric from Minerva. The top, the Halfmoon Atelier Brea Tee, that fabric came from the Village Haberdashery, which has sadly since closed down. And then on the 18th of May, I was wearing a blouse that I actually refashioned last May as part of my Me Made May pledge. It is the Norma blouse by Fiber Mood. Now this blouse normally has a long 3/4 length puffy sleeve. I love the sleeves for that one, but I thought, well, partly because of fabric restrictions, I was working with a previous garment. You guys know what that's like. And also because I felt like it would be a little bit more light and summery, I wanted to shorten that sleeve. So I kept the same volume, I just made it shorter and added a cuff. And I feel like it is just so pretty and delicate and so perfect for summer. I really do love how that turned out. And that fabric came from Measure a Fabric Parlor. It's a Liberty Tana Lawn fabric. The trousers are the Sasha trousers by Closet Core Patterns. I really do love these trousers, the fit and the shape of them. They're super comfortable. This one is made in a stretch denim fabric that I got from Fabrics Galore. And because it was another day where it was pretty chilly in the morning going into work, over the top of that, I put my Valdivia sweater by Elisa Threads. I really love this sweater. It's got a lot of fullness, like mega volume in the sleeve, which makes it really good for just layering over so many things. You can layer over something else with a voluminous sleeve and it's not a problem because there's so much room in that sleeve. And this is a Ottoman rib knit fabric that I got from Sister Mintaka. I love the color. I feel like it works really well paired with so many things, but I think it's just a really cute combo even just on top of those Sasha trousers. And then on Friday the 19th of May, I was wearing my Peppermint Pocket Skirt again. I have no issue with repeating things if I feel like they're working for me, and definitely the skirt is working for me. I paired it this time with the Peppermint Wrap Top. This one was designed by In the Folds for Peppermint Magazine. Again, another freebie pattern, so this whole outfit is a totally free pattern. If you guys are interested, I'll put links down in the description box down below. Do check them out. I really do like both these patterns. This top was made in a cotton linen fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. I paired these together when I first made this skirt and I love the combo. It feels really light and fresh and summery and it just makes me really happy to wear it. So this was a great one to wear to feel comfortable but also feel professional enough for work. And then on Saturday, the 20th of May, I wore a new dress because I went to a party. I went to the spring party at the New Craft House, which is a fabric shop in London. They host regular parties and it is for sewing people to come and meet up and talk all things fabric and sewing. It is always such a good time. I really do enjoy going and meeting up with fellow sewing people. I feel like when you sew and you're meeting with other people who sew, you always have something to talk about because you have something in common and it's something that certainly I could talk about forever and I feel like so many other people could talk about forever as well. I met some old friends that I've seen before. I met some new people as well. I had some people coming up to me who knew me from YouTube, who'd recognized me, which was so nice, honestly, guys, because I make these videos and I'm just talking at a camera and in my mind, I know there's people out there, but actually seeing who those people are really just makes it a lot more nice and real and feels more like a kind of friendship to me. So if you are somebody who ever sees me out there in real life, please do come and say hi. I found out that there was a couple of people who had recognized me but were too embarrassed or intimidated to come up to me and say hi. I am not an intimidating person. Like, I am not a too cool for school in any way. I very much would love to meet you guys. I get what it's like, and I'm sure I'm the same. There are probably some people that I would see and be like, I know them, but I can't really say hi. But seriously, like, please say hi to me. I would love to say hi to you guys. But thank you so much for the people who did come up to me because honestly, it just makes it that much more fun when I am making my videos and thinking of who might be out there watching. And for that party, I was wearing the Isla Wrap Dress by Jennifer Lauren Handmade. You may recognize this dress, but in a different print. So this is finally the second version I've made of this. I loved my first version so much and it took me a full year to make a second version. I have been wanting to make some gingham dresses. I really do love gingham, but it's not something that I've worn a lot. And so I was just kind of wanting to ease myself in and I've been thinking about it and seeing gingham around. What I love about this fabric, so this is a Fabric Godmother viscose crepe fabric. I really love that it's a gingham, but it's a floral. So my floral loving self who wants to try a bit of gingham, it's like the perfect thing. It's a beautiful print. I think I've mentioned before, I've been really getting into my green lately. I feel like it's just so gorgeous overall. I really do like the drapiness of this version, and again, it's that wrap in the back, super comfortable, nice big roomy pockets, and I think perfect for a spring party. And on the 21st of May, I wore my Sally maxi dress by Closet Core Patterns. This pattern actually comes as either a maxi dress or a jumpsuit. I really do love both, but the dress is just so comfortable. This is something that I made back, I think in 2019. I'll pop it up on the screen. It's been in my wardrobe for a while, but is one of my favorites. This fabric is one from Sew Me Sunshine. It's just a cotton jersey fabric, and I feel like it is just so beautiful. I really do like that bright floral print on the navy background. I do love a maxi dress. This one's got a good length side slit as well, which makes it really comfortable and really wearable. Being a cotton jersey fabric, it is obviously super comfortable to wear. There's an elastic waist here, which gives me a little bit of shape. I like that there's a bit of blousing going over the top as well. This is one where I didn't quite buy enough fabric. I think I might have bought the fabric before I decided what I was gonna do with it, so I didn't quite have as much as I needed, and I ended up having to not have the side pocket, so there's like a slash pocket on the side. It's one of the few times that I've ever had to compromise and not put pockets on something that should have pockets, because I do love a pocket on a dress. I love pockets on most things, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world, and it certainly does not stop me from wearing this one. This is definitely one that I know that I go to again and again. Because it's a longer length as well, it's just a little bit easier to wear when it's a bit cooler, so I can wear it in the spring and in the fall as well as in the summer. Super comfortable, super versatile, and definitely a big favorite of mine. And there we go, just over a week left of May. I feel like this month has definitely just been flying by, which I know is just most months, that's just life, I feel like. But I do think because it's Me Made May in particular, and I'm taking the time to really think about what I'm wearing and what I'm liking about what I'm wearing, and what I'm not liking about what I'm wearing, I really do enjoy that little introspective element of Me Made May. But I've also been enjoying seeing what I can do with garments that are in my wardrobe that needed that little bit of love. I would love to hear your thoughts on either the refashion that I did this month, or your thoughts on any of the outfits that I was wearing for Me Made May. I really would like to hear as well what you guys are finding yourself reaching for again and again, because I feel like it's just useful to realize what you want to wear or what you tend to wear all the time, because if you're like me, and I imagine you probably are, I want to make clothes that I wear. That is the point of making the clothes. So being able to spot what it is that I'm wearing and enjoying and what I'm not, it just helps me for planning going forward. So I'll be talking about that a little bit more at the end of Me Made May. I will be catching up with you guys again next week when I talk through what I've managed to achieve this week, which I'm hoping is a lot. I feel like I've got all these ambitions and it's hard to find the time to work through them. But please do make sure if you enjoyed today's video, you do give me a like, you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos coming up, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!